Greetings everybody, Strategic Sage here. For this week's Creeper World, we're going back to Creeper World 3 on a CSM map. Haven't done one of these in several weeks. CSM-07 SG-3 Hard by Yum234, as so many of them are. And this is an early one. There are Stargates, but there are no Stargate blockers. We don't have the monitor up here. None of that is in vogue yet. This central island is really important, because you can see all the different networks, at least the green, the purple, and the red, are going to sort of mix together. The emitters aren't that strong, but you can't really attack the different networks separately. Whereas the yellow are blocked off by walls. So that's the one little gift that we're given here. On the outside, we have 4 different landing pads that are suitable, but we actually can't use this one, because it'll get swamped by what's coming out of these. We also do need to watch these black holes, as they are going to conduct creeper as well. The other 3 are useful, but I think this one is the one I prefer to use, because I think it's a little bit easier down here to get to a couple of early power towers. We are given a siphon by each of these to boost our early development wherever we decide that we want to go. I'm going to throw a terp here. And then as soon as that is up, we're going to bulldoze our way in there. So we're starting out at 20 anti-creeper every half a second, which is already stronger than what's in here by a 4-to-1 margin. So we'll be able to jump into here, grab that power tower pretty quickly. As we can see, we did flip this emitter, but not for long. This is getting swamped up here. While these areas are secure and gradually building up their amount of AC. But there's only so much we can do at a time. We need to focus on this part first. We'll get to those later. This is really quite different from any other CSM map that I've played. So I thought it'd be an interesting one to try, and hopefully will be worth the watch for all of you out there. There we go. Now that that's in place, I want to get into here. And this is one of those where space is tight at first. I really can't build more than the 2 reactors. I mean, I could, like, build one here at this point, and there's the part where the siphon is, but we have to get rid of the siphon. I'm going to want this space for other things. So we kind of just have to hold on until we create more space for ourselves. And now that we've doubled this one, we are 8-to-1 advantage against this particular emitter, so it will not last long. If we think beyond this, we've got one at 60 here, one at 60 here, and one at 60 here. Anywhere else we go would get us into something we don't necessarily want. So I'm going to try to knock down this just sort of preemptively. I'm also going to want to throw up a forge here now that we have the room. And a relay. And whatever other energy we have left in the siphon is now going to go away. Can't quite reach all the way over, so it's only going to get a little bit of this. We'll get the rest later. Okay. So now I want to knock this down. The reason I'm choosing this part, even though it's a little bit more energy intensive than going into, say, here or here, is that this will provide more space. It'll take a little bit of time, of course, in order to do that. A little more energy to churn through, and now we're going to be low on energy here for a bit. Not too long, though. Got to knock this down a few more levels before it starts getting overflowed by something. And since our maximum strength we can build up to is 60, and theirs is also 60, This is a near stalemate. Since we're producing more overall, it's not really a stalemate, but it's close to it. It'll take quite a while for us to actually be able to get in here. We are starting to get Aether. We're going to focus on energy completely at the beginning, boosting our energy efficiency, again due to the lack of space and only having a couple of reactors. There we go. Now we can see the creeper. The block here is now down enough the creeper can begin to flow onto it. And now we're going to have our energy build back up. But the amount of energy we're producing now, even just to supply the totem and the forge, is more than we can handle. First upgrade actually gives us enough to be able to do that, so we should be starting to see an energy positive before long. So my next order of business while waiting for this is to try to ramp up our power elsewhere. And I'm going to do that by building a guppy. Which we're going to throw over here. But I think I'm going to throw this terp just in place to get that done a little more quickly. Of course, this is another very weak emitter, plus power tower here. That's the only power tower we can easily get access to from this section. Getting close to our next energy boost. So this is flowing a bit, but it really needs the guppy to complete that process. It's low on energy. I could fly it back, but I'm just going to wait for the guppy here. Of course, this will also supply that totem, giving us a little bit more Aether. This one up to a 10% boosted level and increasing. Okay, now we've got another power tower. That should really aid us in getting into here. There we go. Now that's starting to flow. I could build another terp, but energy's still tight, so I'm just going to move this one back. I don't need it to do anything else over there at the moment anyway. This guppy can just fly back and forth, supply that Aether. And now that this is, we've got enough AC to get into here, we should really begin to be stronger in this area as soon as we knock that down. Need about 20 more Aether to boost again. We've got a few more levels to knock down, but each one that we do will increase our attack as more and more flows in. Still short on energy, but we're doing the best that we can. And now we're really starting to Get in here. There we go. You can see all of these areas gradually building up. This is flooded pretty darn well at this stage. I still want to finish this up and get room to build more things. So you're up to 7% boost and 19. Now for the moment I want to leave room for a terp up in this area, but there still is a spot where I can get one more reactor up. Obviously 3 of those is going to be better than 2. And then this one stops while it waits for a refill. Nothing to be done about that for the moment. But I do want to begin now getting in here. There's another boost. We're up to almost 5 energy income. Now with the additional strength we've acquired, I think we should be fine at getting in here. Yep, there it goes. Switch you over there. So that's producing 100. This is producing 80, even though they initially had the same strength. This level is kind of weird like that. You don't always get exactly the same amount when you flip one of these. Okay. So let's go into this one. It's the last one that we can acquire in this area. I'm wondering if I can, not there. I can fit one here. Let's do that. More energy is definitely the better. So I'm going to put our terp back over here. I want to be able to go between this spot or this spot. Then I'm going to put another guppy here. And a reactor here. And actually, I can fit a second one. So I will do that. Once we get the first one up, of course. Let's boost energy one more time. Probably end up switching to move speed after that. Now, this guppy is going to go over here. We'll just throw it, that's a decent spot. And then we're going to need terps up in those locations. I'm just going to build them here and I'm going to fly them over. I'm going to boost move speed once, then we'll see where we're at. So you can go here. And we'll build another one. And that should be enough for now to have one on each of these 3 spots. fly this way, and then we can also knock down this, similar to before, increasing our power. Over here, what can we get into? This is the best area right there. There's a 60 and a 40, both emitters isolated. And so soon we're going to be operating on multiple fronts. You know what? Let's do one more move speed, especially for what's up here, if nothing else. We'll have to see what our balance of energy is versus everything else. Probably one energy storage wouldn't hurt to give me a bit more leeway. Down here, see, once this power comes online, there we go. Okay, so this one is now at a strength of 100, which equals how much that's putting out. Plus we'll have the support here. It'll take a long time for us to capture this, but I don't think it's a bad idea to start. Because we're going to want to get in there before we get into any of these, or here. So this is the only way to attack from this direction. And it's not, because we're not connected, it's not going to hurt our efforts in the other areas. So we'll gradually work on that. Energy's pretty low and balanced, but we are flowing into here now. What do we want to do over this direction? I think that one is next. So I want to keep expanding in each direction. Increase our power. Let's go and throw up a relay there. We'll probably want one over here. But we're not really going to get any more power towers, I don't think, at the current moment. Okay, we are getting in here some. This will also allow us to, for example, just throw up another reactor. I don't think it would hurt to grab another one of those. Down here. Let's open that up. So, to me, this is one of the interesting parts of this particular map, is just the fact that, you know, you're moving around to the you're attacking in multiple directions at once. We've gotten this one. These are no-go because of these particular gates. This would work, and this would work. Let's go into those two. Seem to be, like, we're still advancing, but largely stalling here. Another reactor. I'm going to boost one more time the move speed. Just because this is such a long journey. I also think, now that I have enough energy, I actually want to build... I think you can pretty much reach everything I'm going to want from you. You can move over there now. So I'm going to build another guppy here. I'm just going to have a second guppy reinforcing this area. Okay, so down here, what are we looking at? There's two over here, a 40 and a 60. Also a 40 and a 60 here. Let's go after this one. We can attack it from multiple directions, which is always a plus. Then once we get through there, we can attack this from multiple directions, which will give us another power tower. We could come into here. So yeah, we could eventually connect all this up. Now that's a ways away from where we are now, but that's the goal. Up here. So now we've got more things happening, more things to keep an eye on. We are continuing to very gradually move in here. I don't know that I want to put up another reactor, though. I want that space available if I need to move in there. Okay, this has come our way, and actually a little bit faster than I thought it would. So let's see. Perhaps a relay there. Let's put you back a little bit further. Okay. And up here. That's all in place. 60, 60, 60. We could take all of those. I think that's the only places we want to go up here. Okay, so not that one. We have to be careful that we don't open that up. Gradually working this. And this is pretty much stalled now. This is pretty much... because I think it's mostly due to the distance from our emitters. Just kind of flowing in together. We probably need to pressure it from multiple directions in order to actually get in there. Flipping another one here is big. We're working this down. Throw a relay there. Just going to grab a couple more of those. Maybe get some packet speed. Another move speed. Our energy is holding well. We really have what we need at this stage. So I'm going to move up here. But I also think that later on, I'm going to want more things around. For example, I'm going to want a terp by all these areas to knock these down. So I'm just going to gradually try to think ahead here and have everything in place. This terp can stay here. I think I want one there. And up here, we are ready for the next section. Once again, we don't want to come all the way over. We got that one pretty quickly, so not there, but this would be useful. There we go. And that's about all we want to do up here at the moment. Okay, so if we relay here and move you to this side, let's see what happens when we attack from both directions now. Can we get in here and flip this around? We got 120 coming from this way. That one's stronger, obviously, but still maxes out at 120. I think... Yep. Now we're connected. These two sections, well, they're about to be put together. So let's add a third guppy up this way now. I'm going to throw another terp here. And of course, now I can just throw reactors up wherever I want them. I'm going to put a terp in place there. Relay here, I can get another siphon. We have plenty of energy. So, in just a moment here, I'm going to max out our movement speed, but... How is this going? It feels like we're building up and winning, but I don't know if we're actually going to get all the way in here or not. And I wonder... I'm actually going to block this off. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'm going to. Is if I flip this one, that should give us more strength to push in. Just another nearby emitter, basically. There we go. And now we will open it back up. Just see if that makes a difference in being able to knock this out. See what kind of... Okay, this is going down. We are having an effect. We just got to wait for it. And this one only releases 360 creeper. That's not that much. There we go. Okay. So now, really, the only thing that we can do next is we want to go after the yellow. This is yellow. You know, getting into these areas, it's going to take a while, but there's nothing else I can usefully attack at this point that I see. So, I'm going to, let's throw a terp up this way. I'm basically just going to knock everything down that leads to yellow. You can go. All of you over here can go. But only the yellow. I don't want to get into any of the other areas yet. Okay, so that's everything there. Here, we do want to get into this. This one. Down here, we can attack from multiple directions. Well, no, we can't. Only the one. And that's all I see for now. I do think I want you there. It's not going to hurt. So we can see we're getting some disruption up there now. We're starting... There we go. Okay, now we actually own a large part of the yellow here. Looking good. Okay. So, next up, whoops, I have not actually opened this. Let's do that, get a little better flow. But the next thing I want to do is go after the purple ones. And the reason I want to do that, everything's going to flow in together. There's no avoiding it now. We're just going to be having a massive battle. But what if we can get enough in here, sort of rescue this, we can start operating from this area. There are, you know, power towers all over the place up here. So if we can get into here, that will really turn a lot in our direction. And I don't think there's any sort of way around that being our next approach. Now the strength here is 142, and we are at 120, and our depth is 110. So this is not going to be a complete walk in the park by any stretch. We're finding all of the purplish entrances. There's one here. Notice I don't want to go in here because of this black thing. We'll conduct more creeper into there, and that will just be counterproductive. So we're going to open this, and then when we can, open that. And I think that's where we are. So yeah, this was at like 140, and now it's at like 70 or 80, so this is around 80. We've just got to wait to wear them down, pretty much at this stage. This is about 60 here. So it's going to leave some of the pressure off of that. It's not enough yet to free it, but it is relieving some of the pressure. And this, we actually do not have yet a terp up here. So let's fix that problem. Energy is fairly even, so we could boost efficiency more, but I also just want to keep throwing out reactors. Might as well do both. And now it's maxed out. It is going down, so we've just got to continue working this. Up here, down to the 30s. You can see it's just exploding with activity here, but, you know, bunch of creeper that's built up here just continuing to flow into that network. I really have no reason, I don't think, not to open this one as well. Alright, we've swamped this, but we don't have anybody close enough. Let's relay here and here. And I didn't notice this before, but we can actually get into this. So let's do that. Let's build another terp over in this area. And now this is weakened enough that we're in position. Okay, so got plenty of guppies over here. We can easily spare one or more. But we're gonna need more area here in order to do that. I actually want to put it over this way. This, I think you might be able to stay there for now. We'll see. Okay, so let's fly a terp over. We can replace it easily. And I want to open this. Getting into here, then I'll be able to get into here, and there will be no more trouble in terms of boosting our power from those. Add a couple more of these. Fly you up. Need to build relays here at some point. You know what? You can go there and relay here, I think. There we go. So we have one more power tower in place. And then let's just knock all this down. We've still got some purple in here. We're not getting into all this yet. But we've weakened it enough that there's not that much coming out this way. And we're gradually gaining a foothold here. So let's definitely build another guppy. And send up in that direction. This here is a really nice connected part, but again, it's got that, so I don't want to mess with it. Complete up here, I don't think... Nope, nothing else we can do here that isn't a generalized attack. We're still trying to push up to that one. But I think otherwise, up here in the upper right is where I need to focus. We are gradually pushing this back, which is nice. We've got into this. Okay, I think at this stage now I want to, because there's just a couple emitters that aren't that strong here. I think we have enough force that I just want to be breaking down all of these walls. Here, here, and here. I want to grab all of those emitters. Might perhaps be better to do it one at a time, but I don't really think I need to. Then we'll eventually be able to get into this. Part of the reason why we can get away with this is actually open. Let's get that flow going. So we're constantly going to be getting some reinforcement there as well. This is kind of holding, as is this. What's our height here? It's only about 15. You know what I think I might want to do is just wall this off. Can't wall it off completely, but we can lower the amount coming in there. Just until we take care of business. You're at 160. You're at 80. So we've just got to build up. There we go. Now we're headed upwards. And look at this. We're starting to weaken their grip on the main island. We could open these, but I'm not ready to unleash that brouhaha just yet. There we go. Now we're getting into this one. And once this falls, it'll help us boost up everywhere else. Let's perhaps move you back this way. There it goes. $60, $40, $40, $60. And we're back to increasing. We've now got a definite hold on all of this. And we're going to push into here next. Okay. That we ought to be able to do. Didn't even notice it. And you have just barely good enough range. Don't think we have anybody in range here yet, but we can still open it for when we do. Okay, we've turned this one. Yeah, now with these 160 strength, this one's only 80, but the rest of them, I mean, we're just able to pour into some of these areas. Except that, oh, you're not connected anymore because I moved. Okay. Let's just double up there. Alright, now we can slide into this, and then into here. Grabbing more power. As soon as that's done, I'll head down this way. Definitely feels like we're turning the corner, because we're able to at least hold back, very slowly gain there, on that central island. And now we're starting to overflow our own wall. So for now, we'll move you over here. Throw another terp up in this direction, another relay. A couple more relays, just to be safe. And let's knock down these walls for better connections. We're going to want to get into here, and into here. Alright, now we're overflowing this black one. We should move one of you over here so you're feeding the totem. Not that we actually even need that, but whatever. Grabbing more territory. Still not ready for a full generalized attack, but whoa, we just flipped these. This one. Yep. Okay. Now this is coming our way. Maybe we are now. I'd still like to get this one on our side first. But pretty soon, we're just going to be opening up everything. Which probably means I should be building more reactors to prepare for that. This is just not quite there. Just see, is this even coming our direction? Not really. It looks like we're probably too far away. So let's do this and open this. So if we take this back route in here, grab another power and add from a second direction, there's no way they're going to be able to stop that. I don't think I can get... Yeah. So it's going a little bit slower than I'd like, but there we go. Now we're in position. Okay. We're going to relay about there. We're going to throw up a terp. Okay. I'm not going to relay there. I'm going to relay over further. Throw up a terp, as I said. Let's see, let's grab this. Now you're gone. Alright. I don't think I have a reason anymore. We're attacking everywhere at once. We're knocking everything down. All walls must go. It's time for the final fight. We do not appear to be suffering any ill consequences as of yet. Yeah, we've conquered a good section of that central island. Okay, we appear to have an unreachable bit here. Let's throw up... Let's put a terp there. And now basically the entire map exploding with activity. Definitely want to extend in this direction. Perhaps there. Is there room for another terp? Yes. Energy appears to be holding. I do definitely want to throw you on there. There's another power tower. That's just going to accelerate this process. Let's see. If I relay here, can't actually reach either side from there. Be able to eventually, though. And the central island is ours. So now it's just a matter of filling in around it. Okay. Relay here. Here. Couple more terps in place. Throw up packet speeds and build speeds and whatever else we can get. Could use a lot more. Does not appear to be necessary, however. Okay. Well, as soon as we have the room, I want to get in there. Use this. Okay. Got room from the bottom now. You're connected. So yeah, let's just throw you up there. Over here we actually... I thought I was up a little further. Okay. Well, that's it. I was working on this side, but it looks like we destroyed what was over here on the right. So 50 minutes, just under the median time for this level. But I thought this was very interesting, and as I said, much different than the other CSM. So, as always, let me know what you think, and I'll be back with more Creeper World soon. Thanks for watching.